Alright, hello everyone, Christian here with Pipe Home Services. Today we're looking at a unit that we were at a while ago. We did a maintenance on, and customers say that they've got water. Oh god, don't look too pretty down there. Dripping down into the ceiling. I've poured about 5 of these down there. The only thing I've noticed this time so far, you know, it seems to be draining just fine, but the insulation for the sensing bulb was coming off, and when I took it off, the sensing bulb just came off, so I'll get something to strap that and wrap it up. But after I do that, I'll put the paneling back on and we'll turn the thing back on and watch it run and see if there's any issues with how it's running. Okay, so as I was saying, today we're looking at this system that we were at a couple months ago, did our maintenance on it, and it seems like there's already like a little bit of something in the pan. I don't know if that's anything that's causing a clogging issue or not, but they say that the unit has been, after the maintenance, it stopped dripping on the ceiling until recently. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to see if this water drains out or if it just fills up. Because it may be that it's just draining slowly. Water in here. See if it builds up in the pan or if it builds up in the drain over here. See if it's a clog drain issue, and then if it doesn't, I'll still hook a vacuum up to the drain outside just to make sure that I know if the drain is clear. Okay, so I just poured down that's like the 4th or 5th gallon, and I've not got any standing water at all. It's just dumping down like normal, and I'm pouring it quite quickly. The only thing I noticed up here now that I've only got zip ties to fix is the sensing bulb. There's the strap's gone, like the insulation was coming off this time, and so I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll just take that off and replace the insulation, and then the sensing bulb just came off. So I'll get some new, I should have some insulation tape, and I'll just have to use some zip ties and tighten them down real tight. But for right now, this seems fine. So I'll get this fixed, put the panel back on, and then I'll turn it on and we'll see what happens. So it's running. These are my presses right now. It just turned on. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit, but they don't really seem like they're gonna be moving. My subcooling is a little bit low. It's supposed to be at 7, according to the tag for this thing, and it's at 2. But it's not freezing or anything, so I don't think that's gonna be causing our water problem. I'm gonna head back upstairs while this thing runs, since I can just watch it on my phone. And I'll see if I see any water dripping off from the coil or out of the sides of the pan at all, or if it looks like there's a crack or anything while this thing's running. And if I see any dripping, hopefully I can tell exactly where it's from, and then we can try and resolve this issue. But let this keep running for a little bit first, and then I'll let the customer know about the subcooling. Straight away. Some water dripping. It looks like, to me, hold on, I'm gonna flip you guys, you're gonna be upside down. Yeah, it looks like it's building up inside the pan. I got an A-frame coil, so I can't really clean that. Okay. place does see it. Alright. Good. It's not a cracked pan or a clogged drain. It's there's something in the pan that's causing the water to build up, I guess, and so not all the water's actually making it to the drain. Some of it's just dumping straight down in here, which sucks. Okay, alright, I'll talk to him and we'll see what we want to do here. Okay, so now that we found the issue, talked to the customer, and we're gonna get this thing pulled and cleaned. Since it's an A-frame, I don't really have a good way of getting underneath it to clean the inside there. So I'm just gonna take a service wrench. I'll take caps off of these service valves, pump the system down, get all the refrigerant in here, and then we'll head upstairs and start pulling the coil out. Alright, so system's pumped down, just the last little bit of pressure in there. Got it disconnected. Now I'm gonna head inside and start disconnecting that evaporator coil. Okay, so I've disconnected pretty much everything except for the drain here. Have to cut that. But apart from that, I just need to cut this. I'm probably gonna cut it like right about here. And then just leave the rest on. And then sweat this part off, sweat this side of the dryer off, and then get this dryer out of here. And then tape all the lines up, and then drag the coil outside and get it nice and cleaned up and separated from the pan, and get the pan nice and cleaned up. Okay, so I got the pan disconnected. We've got a lot more of the like that bacteria growth on the inside of the pan, like on the sides and stuff, and coming off on the side here and everything. So now I'm gonna clean the pan itself, and then I'll also clean the evap coil, since it's something that I've pulled out to do the job. Why not do both while I can? And I'll reassemble it and take it back inside and get this thing reinstalled. Okay, so sprayed down the pan with some water and now cleaner, and did the same with the coil. Let it sit for a little bit. Just rinsing out the gun now. And after I'm done rinsing this out, I'll try and I'll go over this again with water and rinse that off too. Maybe get a towel and help wipe some of this stuff off on the inside especially. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. And like I said earlier, I've got those lines taped up right now, and once that's done, we'll put that pan back up to the coil, use those little clips there and the screws that go on the front and the back, and then reinstall it inside. Okay, so after like, I think that was the third try, I've got the joint sealed. It seems like I put soap bubbles on it, and all the other ones, nothing's bubbling. Wipe them down, put the Armorflex back on. I just needed to tape it up. But I'm gonna now, I only put a little bit of nitrogen in here at the start, just in case I have a leak. But now I'll let this thing pressurize, usually like 200 to 250, something like that. Then I'll let it sit for a little bit. These gauges have a little test tightness mode where you let the you just hold the button down, press enter, and then it, you don't have to remember what pressure you left the system at. It just starts a timer and tells you how much you've lost or how much it's moved at all. So I'm gonna let this sit for like 5 minutes, make sure it doesn't drop like crazy. As long as it doesn't, then I'm gonna start a tightness test and we'll see what happens. Okay, it's only been almost 3 minutes since I started this thing, but it hasn't moved yet, which is very good. Unfortunately, I've got clouds that are starting to scare me, so yeah, I'm just gonna stop it here, and I'll start the vacuum. Hopefully get this thing done before I have to worry about any rain. Okay, so I know last time I did this, Mike had me take out valve cores to do it, but I don't want to have to put those back in the rain. I just turned the vacuum pump on. I'm just going to use it through my gauges. It just pulled down to the microns. Once it gets down to about 3,000, I'll close the gas ballast. I've only read one of these things manual, so I haven't read the manual for this one. But the other vacuum pump that I've used, I can't remember which one exactly it is, but it's another field piece one. That one, I think, said to close it around 3,000 microns. Which, there we go. Look, we're at a little less than 2,000, so close that. I'm gonna take the vacuum pump back, or the nitrogen tank back, let this run for a little bit, go clean up my mess upstairs, and hopefully by the time I'm done, come back down here, vacuum should be good, and then we will turn the system on and let it run and see if we get a water drip again. Okay, so units pretty much put back together. I just need some tape for the Armaflex. I don't have that size Armaflex. Drains put back together, glued it. I had to redo the float switch because I couldn't put it back the exact same way because of how I had to do this drain. But yeah, so vacuum was at about 2,000 microns last I saw, which was only a couple minutes ago. So I'm gonna grab some of this stuff that I got up here, and we'll head downstairs and see what it's at now. If it's done, then I can let the charge out and we'll turn it on, and I can finish packing up while it's running, and then we'll see if any more water's dripping. Okay, so it's almost there. I still got a couple more things upstairs that I'm gonna pick up, so hopefully this should be done then by the time I come back down. And then we can open those service valves back up and get this unit turned back on. I'm in a bit of a rush. I forgot to record for a little bit, but it got down to, I think it was like 390. And opened up the liquid line already. Now I'm opening up this suction line. Once I get this open, I've got the disconnect for the air handler back on. I've got the float switch back wired up, and I've got the thermostat set for cooling. So what it should be, all I have to do is plug in that disconnect right there. And then the system turns on, watch it run for a little bit. As long as it looks exactly the same as it did before I touched everything, then we'll be good. And I'll see if the customer wants to do anything about the subcooling being down at 2 degrees. But likely not. As long as they're working and they're cooling, she seems to be okay with however it is that it looks, even if it's not exactly as it's supposed to be. But okay, so that's all good. Get that short down. Okay, see if it turns on. Alright, it runs. That's good. So I'll watch it run for a little bit, and shouldn't have any problems. And just need to make sure that no more water is dripping out of their pan. So, water dripping in the corner. It's been running for a couple minutes now. We do have water draining. So I'll continue to watch it for a little while. As long as I don't get water dripping in there, it should be all good now. And I can put this filter back on and put the filter back in here. They won't have to worry about it getting soaked anymore. If you guys like the video, please give a like. Thanks for watching. And if you live in Central Florida and you like the service that we give, please call that number right there, 407-375-1100. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Also, I did put tape over this, but I just found a little plastic piece laying around, so now I don't have to put tape there. Very nice.